Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to every one of you to subscribers. You get me? Shout out to all the returning subscribers. Shout out to new subscribers. And shout out to all the subscribers that leave a suggestion. And if you want to shout out, go ahead, leave that in the comments below. By the way, my name is Versatile, aka the Alkebulan Trust Name. You can trust when it comes to all things reactions. So we're just gonna get straight into it. So you know what I mean? You see the title, but obviously, yeah. Stay tuned, stay subscribed. You get me? But right now we're gonna react to some Ayra Starr. That's my spell her name. Ayra Starr. Then it would be Sability. 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 Where's the video? Sability. Alright, Sability. Alright, so we're gonna react to Sability by Ayra Starr. The official music video, seeing that she got Hood or Honda stage live performance. So this is go to Sability official music video. So if you're an Ayra Starr fan and you already have subscribed, then the best thing that you can do is to like, leave a comment in the comments below, and also share. All right, so let's keep it moving. Let's go.
Full steez. We go run on, no worry. We go run on.
Yo, Tweezy, what's up?
What is this, mommy? How you doing now?
I'm good, baby. I'm trying to shoot a video for Ayra. I need you and Benson to come close.
I'll cut you. You know I did for you now. Just send me the song. I'll visualize something quickly.
Alright, cool. I'll call you.
Steez.
London.
Hello, greet everybody.
See, this is a cold video concept. Do you know why this is a cold video concept? It's the fact of, you know, when you want to look into what is the creative process behind a music video, this is more or less what goes into it. Do you know what I mean? The director calls those that are going to be involved with the video, like the production team or whoever, and then they get involved. Then they sit everyone down, come up with an idea of what the video should be. Like, proper creative work goes into certain videos, and that is why I appreciate music videos more than, not more than anything else, but that's why I appreciate music videos, because I know the creative process that goes into it, because I've been involved in creating music videos. Do you get it? So I already know. But let's keep moving. Let's go.
Body for you. Body just shake belly.
Okay, so those people at the beginning, which we all saw, this is still at the beginning, they're at the audition, basically. Okay, cold.
Them say I did go sell out. Them say I did go sell out. Best me to Fortuna. I go make you Joe Dada. Say you get the power. Sweetie passy, I'm a lucky too. Shinji Kagawa. Jesu Christi Lobawa. God them falling yakata. You know I see sabi girl they do. Sabi. Oh.
The video, that transition, I need to give me a second. Just give me a second. There's something I need to do. This one, all right, cool. It's this one. Let me just rewind it, because that transition was cold.
Them say I did go sell out. Them say I did go sell out. Best me to Fortuna. I go make you Joe Dada. Say you get the power. Sweetie passy, I'm a lucky too. Shinji Kagawa. Jesu Christi Lobawa. God them falling yakata. You know I see sabi girl they do. Sabi.
listen.
Only reason why them they call me Yolo. While you be fin, I'm still leading, kill anything. I know fitness. You know go fit in my shoes. High fashion, Jimmy choose. Wanna sip some gin and juice tomorrow? Espiritu Fortuna, I go make you Joe Dada. Share you get the power. Sweetie Passy, I'm a lucky too. Shinji Kagawa, Jesus Christ.
Again, you need to understand. I'm trying to see something real quick. I'm going to see if I can do what is necessary real quick. Give me a second. I need to do this on this particular device because if anything, I need to I need to see something, if that makes sense. So if you're seeing that I'm looking in a slightly obtuse, yes, I said obtuse direction, just know that, you know, it's for a reason, all right? So let me just sort this out. I should have done this before. I won't even lie to you, but I wasn't necessarily thinking because I was looking at the time and thinking, I just need to go live still. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to go live. Sability. Oh. Why isn't my channel coming up on this device? That's the whole thing, bruv. That is not right, bruv. That is not right. Is that it now? Yes, that is, because I can see that I'm actually live. There you go. Anyway, let's keep moving. Let's go. I'm gonna rewind it for a second.
Only reason why them they call me Yolo. While you be fin, I'm still leading, kill anything. I know fitness. You know go fit in my shoes. High fashion, Jimmy choose. Wanna sip some gin and juice tomorrow? Espiritu Fortuna, I go make you Joe Dada. Share you get the power. Sweetie Passy, I'm a lucky too. Shinji Kagawa, Jesus Christi Lobawa. Got them falling yakata. You know I see sabi girl they do. Hey!
That what that brother's doing, not this brother, but the one with the fire, that's cold.
You know I see sabi girl they do. Hey!
Ayra, Starr, all right.
Yo, bro, what going on? You guys need to wrap up, man. Like, we need to leave.
Need 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Yeah.
All right, bro. Show me.
That's perfect.
That is cold. Like it's just the.
Fun, I don't try to collect your control since. You agree, you can call. I mean, I know soft for you.
Relax.
Hey. And she's recording it. She's recording
Pro
it.
Plan.
I don't know.
High quality.
But it looked like she was recording it. And she was laughing like, look at you. Oh, man. That's funny. Anyway, I'm gonna put that on my list to react to the next one that I'm seeing, because all the videos that YouTube are gonna recommend for me to do, yeah, I'm gonna do it that way to make it easier for myself. I ain't gonna lie. You understand me? I am not gonna lie. Get me out. I'm gonna react to Crayon and Ayra Starr and Ghazi. Get me. Let me just put that in my list of things to react to, because if I don't do that, I will end up forgetting. And the problem is, even when some of you ask me to react to some things, I can't even lie to you. If I don't write it down properly on that day, there's a high chance I may forget. That's just unfortunate facts. And obviously, yeah, I could go back in to look at the time, look at it, look at the comments, which I should do really, but I ain't gonna lie. The way my life is set, it's kind of long still. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on that video. And that song, even though yeah, it was 2 years ago when it was released, but hey, listen, a song is a song, and if it's a good song, it stands the test of time. So we're gonna react to some more Ayra Starr, clearly. Let's see what people. Oh, look at this. I have seen this video. Do you know what's so funny? You know when you doing reactions, it's so interesting how I come across videos I have seen before, but I can't remember how the video went. How I don't remember how this video went, I have no clue. But clearly I have seen this video before, because 2 years ago, what did I say? As soon as you saw the notification for this, you had to rush, get it, to watch. Ayra Starr makes quality videos to match the quality songs. Fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji. And clearly I had to put the fire emoji there because seeing the guy with the fire. Do you see what I'm going to say? Like, you have to think about it from that perspective. That there has to be a reason. All right? True or definitely true. All right. So anyway, King Holayan says Ayra Starr will win a Grammy one day. Who thinks so too? I do think so, but we shouldn't really care whether Ayra Starr wins a Grammy or not. One reason why, because at the end of the day, it's about her artistry. Now, if she wants to win it, and she's said it's one of her goals and one of her dreams and one of her ambitions to do, that's when we say, okay, then we have to try and push for her to win that Grammy. But then with it comes down to a lot of things. I don't know. Like, there's coming down to a lot of things. We're gonna need more artists or people from the Afrobeats community to be within the I don't know what they call it, the voting board at the Grammy Awards. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that need to there's a lot of things that need to go into play. A lot of things. Yeah, a lot of things need to come into play when it comes to that. All right, so yeah, that's one of them, by the way. Anyway, so Ayra Starr has done so much. Okay, Ronald Empire 6447 says Ayra has done so much justice to the Abuelo jam with Sability. The touch of the gala with Afrobeats. Oh, I didn't know that. Is high notch. It can only be a star. Ayra is a star. I didn't know that. Nigerians are blessing to Africa. God bless the Nigerians for me, and thank you for all your contributions in everything, including music. You see that comment there? You know. Yummy. Anyway, let's keep it moving. So, because I'm trying to talk on my phone. Frederick Zulu 553 says, just twist it here, a lot in mind. Okay, I don't know what I mean by that. This person says, best girl, beautiful design, best music. Okay, we're gonna get to one more. Ayra Starr is the best. All right. But yeah, if you want to shout out right now, now is the perfect time to get that shout out. Put that in the live chat, and then I'll give you the shout out there and then. This is why you stay subscribed or subscribe to the channel. And when I go live and you get notified, do you know what I mean? You never know, you could get a live shout out right there in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, getting a shout out is such a great feeling, by the way. I'm not just saying that because I want to give you a shout out. I'm just saying that because that is facts. Okay? There's some things that are just undeniable, and that's one of them. That's an undeniable fact. Yeah, the feeling of someone giving you a shout out. What more can I say? Yeah, me. Anyway, let's just get on to the next song that I'm going to react to, which is, we're going to stay on the path of Maven Records for now. We're going to react to hold on, let me get the right name. Elestee. This is the first time I'm hearing their tune. All right, so it's going to be a lyric video. And basically, to cut a long story short, no, that's not it. That's not it. We're going to do it again. Type down. Sabio. Oh, hey. Anyway. Elest space. That should come up. There you go. All right, featuring Ajabo Hustlers. This is the lyric video. Obviously, I do prefer music videos, as you know, but yeah. Anyway, just get straight into this, and let's hear what they're gonna say.
What if you could do all your SEO in one tab? Meet SEMrush, a tool to find winning keywords, create.
Okay. See, this is how I think. This is how I believe lyric videos need to be. And I know it's only the first 8 seconds, right? I need to see movement consistently. And now, obviously, yeah. Because I reacted to Ayra Starr's tune with Wizkid, the new tune, by the way. And give me that. And they need to give me that music video, because you're just giving me a backdrop of someone walking, and it's on loop for it's like 2-3 second walk. Then it's looped over and over and over again. Allow it, Rav. Like, allow it. Anyway, let's keep moving. Let's go.
Said I keep it on me like a militant. Rough up anybody when no give me my way. Open sesame, see me then give me chance. Me then give me my space. Give me my.
Hey, listen, there used to be an advert back in the day, yeah, with Thierry Henry, and I believe it's because he had a campaign with I think it was Renault, and which would make sense because they're a French-based car, and he's French. Well, actually, but anyway, we won't get to his actual full heritage. But anyway, that aside. So yeah, it's interesting. Because I remember not interesting. I remember there was an interview. The adverts was always va-va-voom. Do you know what I mean? Like there's certain things that stick with you throughout, that are from like childhood or teenhood or whatever. That's one of them. So when I hear va-va-voom, that's what I think of. But yeah, again, I'm liking the visuals and for this lyric video because there's actual genuine movement. Look, now we're in a different position. Like she's actually saying, "Give me my what?" They saying, "Give me a music video, Ayra Starr and Wizkid." I mean, if you are signed to Maven, you can talk to Ayra Starr and you can tell her deliver that video. And Get yourself in the video as well. Get me, let's go.
Give me my space. Give me my. Then give me my space. Give me my money that you owe me. After money talk, we knock the bully. I'm serious about my business, and you know this. Speeding past the vet like what a novice. Richer than my ancestors and brokers. I'll never get below this. Higher, higher, right until I die. I keep on floating. Gravity don't know me, so she sure as hell can't hold.
Okay, so Elestee, she is a, or maybe I'm pronouncing her name wrongly. Is it Elestee or Elestee? Let me know in the comments below how's it pronounced if you know. So she's not a, well, she probably does sing because you can hear her saying, "Give me my," you know what I mean? That, but overall, from the verse, it just seems like she's rapping. You know what I mean?
Hold me, sure as hell can't hold me. Standing on my business, never folding. Give it up for me and give it on me like a militant. Rough up anybody when no give me my way. Open sesame, see me then give me chance. Me then give me my space, give me my.
Come on for road to be go ponu zalulu. Make I no go conquer moro yoskudu. The thing you talk, you go back am upolu. You know my men them man to suck polo and go do organic way le. Ingbeni ni my men there ruta then go chewe. Aye pogon on my plenty space day. No.
You know what I appreciate about artists that are based within the African continent, especially when it's come to Nigeria? I appreciate the Nigerian pigeon. I appreciate when artists sing, even if they're not singing or rapping in Nigerian pigeon and they're singing in, I don't know, for example, Igbo or Yoruba or whatever, like, you know what I mean? Like, I appreciate that because it gives me, like, it's like we're so, like, as humans, and if you live in a Western society outside of Western influence society, if that makes sense, we're so used to and being so arrogant to think an artist should sing or rap in English. But no, they don't need to, nor should they. If you feel what it like, if you feel it, like you can literally feel like you can know, okay, maybe this is what they're singing about. I may not understand the lyrics, I may not understand what they're saying, but I feel it. And if you feel it, you would know. And obviously you can tell by the tone and what the song could potentially be about. Do you understand? So that's one of the great things about music. It can translate in different ways than you could imagine. It's about the tonality. Do you know what I mean? But let's keep it moving. But I like it. I genuinely 100% like the visuals in terms of lyric videos. Because I don't like it being stagnant. I don't like the whole I don't like the like I mentioned earlier with the whole situation where it's moving for a few seconds and then, you know what I mean? And it's on a loop. No. That's lazy. You might as well just put a music video out. Do you know what I mean? But as far as a lyric video, this is it. Do you know what I mean? This is a very creative way. Let's go.
Organic way. Ingbeni my men there ruta then go chewe. Aye pogon on my plenty space day. No go leke for what
They on me like a militant. Rough up anybody when no give me my way. Open sesame, see me then give me chance. Me then give me my space.
They made them just up. Throw away salama before them lap us. All this man go through where they play catch up. Match anybody where they baff up. If I dread your sheriff, I Bobby, forget about before we knock shot. No go the price market where you no fee buy. Me I no feel lie. See manchu where I no feel sly. When he reach to keep on 100, me I no see sky. I dey fight for my life, I bro, my spirit no fit die. Moving like a militant. Nobody goes, nobody fucks like Vivica. Because Guinea I'm a cigar no get it. Before we get started,
Fox. If you know, you know. All right, listen. What did I do? I think I did something. Oh, no, did I pause it?
They made them give me my space so we go get physical.
Keep it on me like a militant.
Hey.
Rough up anybody when no give me my way. Open sesame, see me then give me chance. Me then give me my space. Give me my. my space. Give me my. Give me my. Then give me my space. Give me my.
Home Pong's giving your nose a nightmare.
Give me a second, y'all. But yeah, man, let me know what your thoughts are on that tune. I like the tune. It's different. You know what I mean? Shout out to Elestee. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. I could be completely wrong. But yeah, Elestee. So Prince Jaden 450 says Elestee to the world and beyond. Samuel Turbo Camino 9551 says Ejebo Hustlers one good or C jamming. So I'm gonna put look, Zlatan has released music video. Let's just focus on this for a moment. And so I just clocked this for a second because obviously I'm gonna be talking about that situation there. You know what I mean? But yeah, but I've also clocked this and I'm like, all right, you know what? When I say whatever YouTube is recommending me to react to, I'm gonna have to react to it, you know, but I don't have to, but yeah, it makes life a lot easier for me. This is a vibe, and I appreciate the lyric video being very creative. Do you know what I mean? I genuinely appreciate it. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below or in the live chat. You want to shout out? Now is the perfect time to get that shout out put in the live chat while I type what tune I have to react to another day. You know what I mean? Because yeah, I can't do it here. I can't do it on this one. Hold on, let me do. Hold on. Give me my. Hey, listen. Ba 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 boom. Hey. See, you know it's a tune when you can actually sing along to. But then again, sometimes there's some song that you can sing along to and it's quiet. But yeah, this actually slaps. Do you know what I mean? It slaps. Give me my. All right. So you've had a few seconds to put it in the live chat. So you want to shout out? You know what I mean? But anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. All right. So we're going to take it back in time for a bit. We're going to react to some Akon and Wizkid. So if you're an Akon fan, you might as well hit the subscribe button. If you're already here, then you already know to like, follow, like and share and all that stuff there. If you're a Wizkid fan, you should already be subscribed to the channel already. You know what I mean? There's no point in me repeating myself if you're already subscribed. But let's just say you are a new Wizkid fan. Now it's time for you to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and yeah, man, let me know what your favorite Wizkid tune is as well. All right, so we're going to react to this tune here, Akon and Wizkid live at Wembley. All right, so let's go.
Hi. Trains on Uber.
A CRM shouldn't set your teams back. It should revolutionize the way they work.
Okay, I can't lie to you. the sound quality is awful. So instead, we'll just get to the audio instead. All right, so we're gonna react to Wizkid featuring Akon or Akon featuring, yeah, Wizkid, no matter how you put it, because at the end of the day, do we do it on Akon? Do you know what? I think it's better to do it on Convict. No, let's do it this one. No, you know what? Let's do it on this one because obviously you can see Akon's face right there. Let's go.
We Starr boys.
Exclusive to Jumbase.com.
We Starr boys. Yeah. Akon and Wizkid. I'm feeling your love. Give me many more. Pass me a love. And I go show you many more. Baby, you plus me. Love forever. Call me Dada. Baby, you're the one. But the no sweet pass for me, oh baby.
All right, so listen, I need you to understand that there's a reason why I'm reacting to this song in particular as well. Because obviously this is what 2014 allegedly, right? And so what? That's what 11 years ago. So because Akon says something, just got me thinking like, oh, let me just go back in time a bit and see. You know what I mean? Because you could work with someone and you could be like, oh, right, I put them on, I did this, I did. And they may not have done anything other than just collaborate with you, and that's it. You know what I mean? Because one could argue and say, right, Akon, okay, yeah, maybe he did put Afrobeats on the map per se. The same way some people want to argue and say, oh, Drake put Afrobeats on the map because of doing that song with Wizkid with the song One Dance, which isn't an Afrobeat song, by the way, which sounds very strange to me. You know what I mean? If you were going to say he helped him in the sense of with the American market and Canadian market, that's arguable. Do you know what I mean? Because one could argue that Skepta helped Wizkid with the UK market. You know what I mean? It's arguable. I'm not to say that Wizkid isn't capable of doing things himself, because his talent speaks for itself. But if you're talking about saying, oh, I put this on, nah. But yeah, let's just keep it moving. If I'm honest, back then, I don't even recall Akon and Wizkid having a tune together. I completely be real with you. But we're here.
I pass by me, oh baby, and I feel waiting there your body, oh baby, sweating your love, they do my body, oh baby, you know for sure. Now I go fly, go every show with you. I go tell my mama say, now you, baby girl, I swear to you, now me and you. You're my only lover. I will be it for you. Place no one above you. I'll do whatever for you. You're my only lover.
I'm just trying to think. The tune with, hold on, let me see something. It's good. Okay, that was written in 2016. Okay, fair enough. So this is before. I want to see something real quick. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to search this again. Give me a second, people. I know you heard that. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, keep moving. Let's go.
I will be here for you. Place no one above you. I'll do whatever for you. So call your father. Tell them I'm taking you. Then thank your mother for making me so beautiful. Survive the weather. Didn't think you would make it through. When I gave you that leather, you came right back to me times two. So take a sip up and drink up whatever it is that to make you want me. And wind it up, fist it up, and make me get up when you're brushing on me. And I got this iron pipe called iron con. Iron life, that's iron long. Clear your heard, I'm iron strong, and you might want to get this iron down right now.
Exclusive to Jumpbeats.com.
Thinking about your nana, sipping on nana. You're the one in love right now, and I'll hold you down, nana. So come here right now, nana. Come here right now, nana.
You know for sure, now you, I go fly, go every show with you. I go tell my mama, say, now you, baby girl, I swear to you, now me and you. Oh,
A banger though. This is a banger. I can't even front. Why there isn't a video for this is criminal. It's actually criminal. It's criminal that there isn't a video for this song. It's like, huh? Why isn't there? Anyway, let's go.
I will be here for you. Place no one above you. I'll do whatever for you. You're my only lover. I will be here for you. Place no one
Exclusive to
above you. I'll do
Jumpbeats.com.
whatever for you.
now you, I go fly, go every show with you. I go tell my mama, say, now you, baby girl, I swear to you, now me and you. Oh,
you're my only lover. I will be here for you. Place no one above you. I'll do whatever for you. You're my only lover. I will be here for you. Place no one above you. I'll do whatever for you.
Exclusive to Jumpbeats.com.
We Starr boys. We Starr boys. Akon and Wizkid deal.
Hey, 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 hey. Alright, listen.
Exclusive to Jumpbeats.com.
Nah. Alright, listen. Shout out to everyone watching. Let me know what your thoughts are on this particular tune. Do you know what I mean? By Wizkid, featuring Akon. Because if memory serves me correctly, yeah. In fact, we'll get into that later. We'll just get into that later. What we're going to do right now is we're going to what song is that? Anyway. Oh, it's Cheryl. That's 4 years ago. I probably reacted to it a long time ago. But anyway, so let's get back. Let's look into the reactions real quick. Comments, I say. I can't even pronounce whatever that name is. I apologize. It says, I'm Ukrainian, but I have an African soul and I love African music so much. What do you mean you got an African soul? Yo, first of all, if you're Ukrainian and you say you got an African soul, you wouldn't say you got an African. You wouldn't say you're Ukrainian. You wouldn't. And then you wouldn't put. Anyway, I'm joking. But it is what it is. Just say you feel the music. That's all. That's all you need to say. Just say you love the music and you're from Ukraine. Or, you know what I mean? That's fine. You don't need to go into that much details. Do you know what I mean? All right. Someone put, their love for Akon is never to be compared. All right. All right. I ain't going to hot thumbs that up, but all right. Actually, let me do that. This person says, one of my favorite songs. I loved it. this song so much. Let's see if there's most recent comments, because clearly there has to be. This is Wizkid. All right, here after Akon's interview. Ta-da! You see what I'm trying to say? I'm glad that was there. Because, in fact, before I do that, let me just leave a comment. Let's leave a comment saying it is absolutely criminal that there is no music video for this song. Wish some artists can go back to the catalogue of music and release videos for hidden gems like this one. You know what I mean? Like, because look, you have to look at it from another perspective. It's like there's some songs that are fan favorites that don't get an official release, and there's some that get an official release and they're still fan favorites, but like, do you know what I mean? And it sometimes it's just down to the music. In fact, no, the majority of the time it's down to the music labels and the music execs, whatever you want to call it. They are the ones who are in charge of the music videos that really come out. Unless you're like Michael Jackson and be like, nah, I want the music video for this song. Do you know what I mean? I've got a vision for this song, so we're gonna do that. With or without your help, I'm putting the music video out for this song. That's what Michael Jackson did for Thriller, and boom, look where we are today. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think he actually used some of his own money actually to put that up. Got that money back real quick, real quick. But yeah, let's look at if you want to shout out, now's the perfect time. Put that in the live chat. But yeah, man, let's keep it moving. So yeah, so as you know, right? All right, so like that person said, they said here after Akon's interview. All right, so what interview is he talking about? In fact, I might just do it on this one if I can't find it. Akon bag fuel, I don't know, bag fuel, then put Wizkid. No. Before the end of the night. Jeez. I listen. I still react to that tune, but another day. Get me tempted to touch. Let me see if I can find it here. See, there's a lot of things for me to react to in regards to this, but I don't know if it's on here. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know if I can find it on here. That's fine. We're gonna come back to these Akon clips anyway. We'll come back to it. We're gonna go to Twitter and figure out from there. Because look, at the end of the day, yeah, when it comes down to certain clips, we want to make sure that certain things that have been said, we need to understand what was said and why it was said. So the very dark man is trending for a reason, and I'm gonna get onto that. Don't worry. I know that's probably what you're here for as well. Do not worry. Do not worry. Hey, hey, that's a tune. We're gonna get onto that as well. Don't worry about that. That tune is gonna be in my head all day now. I know. Let's see. Okay, not that one. See, there's a lot of things to react to when it comes to Akon from that interview. A lot of things, bruv. This guy, what has he said? What has he done? All right, here we go.
When I left me doing music in 2008, I spent.
So basically, I'm gonna read out what it says here. The caption actually says, "I spent my time in Nigeria developing what you see today as Afrobeats. Wizkid was just a local Nigerian star before we touched him, and it opened up a bigger market. That's what he allegedly said. Yeah. So, in fact, okay, it's gonna go take me here in the first place. But let's just go. Let's just
When I left me doing music in 2008, I spent my time in Nigeria developing what you see today as Afrobeats. And all of them can attest to it. Wizkid was the first artist that we signed officially at the time. And then we went and signed a group called P Square, which was the first group that made it internationally. Wiz was just he was a local Nigerian star before we touched him, and then it opened up to a bigger market.
You're like the Cool Herc of Afrobeats.
I wouldn't want to say that, and I wouldn't want to take credit for all of it, but I can tell you that if we didn't do what we did, Afrobeat would still be in the same position that it was in when we got you.
Stop the cap. Afrobeats wouldn't have still been in the same position. Like, no one's going to dispute. Look, we've now seen, obviously, if you've been watching all this long, you would have seen that there obviously is clips of Wizkid being saying that he's been signed to Akon the label, or not Akon label, but you know what I mean? That there's contractual agreements or whatever. But yeah, cool. That's fine. There's no dispute in that. All right. But what we can dispute is when you start to say that this is what I'm trying to say. When some people are ignorant, and you can excuse his ignorance, yeah. Let's be real. Not Akon. We're talking about this guy here. We can excuse his ignorance because he doesn't know any better. Do you understand? He doesn't know any better in regards to the scene. Like, he can only ask questions about, like, you know what I mean? He can only ask questions in regards to the situation. You know what I mean? But it's now up to whoever is interviewing or asking the question for them to give them the real truth. And if you don't give them, like, they can only go based on what they are told. And then after, if necessary, or if they have the time, or if they have the resources, or have the people around them to get access to the resource, or whatever the case may be, to make sure they get accurate information. Because more often than not, most people don't do their research. They just don't do their research. Because one, it's time consuming. It's time consuming. If you I don't think you understand how time consuming research really is. I'm not saying to disrespect Akon or anything like that. This is just like, at the end of the day, you can't be going around saying Afrobeats would be where it would be. What did he say? Hold on.
We touched him, and it opened up to a bigger market.
You're like the Cool Herc of Afrobeats.
I wouldn't want to say that, and I wouldn't want to take credit for all of it, but I can
this is
tell
the
you.
other thing. If you don't understand that reference about the Cool Herc of Afrobeats, he's essentially saying he's the godfather of Afrobeats. Because if it wasn't for Cool Herc, if it wasn't for Cool Herc, we wouldn't be in this. Like, basically, Cool Herc was the one that had that party for his sister, and the rest is history, as it said. But this is what's so ironic about this conversation, is the fact of, for him to say that about saying Cool Herc, mentioning Cool Herc, DJ Cool Herc, like, he didn't invent hip hop culture. You know what I mean? He just used elements of what was already in existence. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but like, he's Jamaican, by the way, right? So not Akon, but DJ Cool Herc. The sound system, the DJing, you know what I mean? I'm not going to say that's a Jamaican thing, but I'm going to say it was prevalent in the 80s, in the 70s, in the 60s. Like, the sound systems was very much prevalent, you know what I mean, for Jamaicans per se. So he kind of, you know what I mean? But then also the rapping, like the MCing, wasn't more like rapping, but the MCing. But even back then, there was MCs that were, you know what I mean? But I don't have to explain because I wasn't there physically, clearly, could look at me. But like, at the end of the day, for him to mention that you know what I mean? It's kind of wild, but I'm glad this is what I'm glad Akon kind of shut that down, but then he kind of flipped it and be like, you know what I mean? Hey, let's go.
Tell you that if we didn't do what we did, Afrobeat would still be in the same position that it was in when we
got you.
That I can tell you 100%.
It wouldn't be in the same position. Like it wouldn't be in the same position. Now I wasn't aware he was signed to Peace Girl was signed to them, and I wouldn't even say that they did. I wouldn't even say they did Afrobeats either. It was more or less of the case of they did hip hop or an R&B, so to speak. That's the genre that they were more or less doing. That like those who were actually genuinely doing Afrobeats. Yeah, like I'm gonna give you a list of artists. Even before that was D'banj, yeah, and the tune that blew up before was actually Oliver Twist, and that's what led to to Kanye West with Good Music signing D'banj to Good Music. And one could argue it kind of stifled his career, but you know what I mean? But the Cocoa Master is the Cocoa Master, and the Cocoa Master does what the Cocoa Master does. Do you know what I mean? He's always going to be that guy. But, and even look, like Two-Face, you know what I mean? Like, he's a prime example. Two-Face is the prime example of when it comes to Afrobeats, yeah? Like, when it comes to Afrobeats, if there's any one individual aside from Fela Kuti, but let's just say a modernized version of Afrobeats, yeah. If there's any name prior to Wizkid, yeah, prior to Davido, like obviously he's saying he signed Wizkid, okay. Well, he was signed to EME, which was Banky W's label, and yes, as a subsidiary. You know what I mean? Or there was a contractual agreement or whatever. I don't know what the contract was part of, but it's like, for example, it's funny because back then, yeah, I won't say I was a big Akon fan, but I was an Akon fan, yeah. So if I'm hearing that that thing is signed to whatever label, I'm like, yo, do you know what I mean? Like it would pique my interest. So I wasn't fully aware that Wizkid was signed to. Maybe I was aware, but I wasn't aware. Do you know what I mean? You know when things are just there and hidden in plain sight and you take no notice. Maybe it was just that. But I will say this. Like I was saying, Two-Face Idibia, aka Two Baba, you know what I mean? Like he is the pinnacle. He is the blueprint. Although Fela Kuti is 100% the blueprint, but in terms of like the modernized version of Afrobeats, Two-Face Idibia is the modern day version. One could even argue that, do you know what I mean? Like at one point, I'm gonna do that. Like you got like what genre of music do you think? Like, you know, let me give you another example here. Instead of saying what genre, let me give you an example. You see, when it comes to music and music genres within certain continents, like even with the Caribbean, and let's just stick with the Caribbean for now. Like, let's just stick with a particular country, Jamaica. They have dancehall, for example, right, or reggae. But let's use dancehall for example. There's usually one or two rhythms, or three, and those artists would all jump on the same rhythm, right? And one of those tunes or two of those tunes, depending on which one, would go international. Are you catching what I'm trying to say? And more time they were signed to VP Records. Don't know why, but yeah, obviously because it's the home of, you know what I mean? But the way they've done the particular artist dirty, but I won't even go into that. Get me? I won't get into that. But what I was gonna say is, when it comes down to it, that is like saying Vybz Kartel, for example, decided, he is he signed Movado, he signed this, that, and the third. And then, you know, I'm like, I don't know how to explain it. He helped nurture these talent, and dancehall wouldn't be what it is today without him. Like, technically, that is kind of true. Dancehall wouldn't be the same without him. However, or with his influence, however, there were those before him, like Beanie Man, you know what I mean? Elephant Man, you know what I mean? Ninja Man. All these people there, like there's these particular artists, Bounty Killer, well, I can say that Bounty Cake, you know what I mean? They don't, is it Don Garden? I don't know what you want to call it. But yeah, the whole point I'm trying to make is, at the end of the day, if you look at where the dancehall scene is now, like, some would argue, oh, dance wasn't where it used to be, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, one could argue that. Yeah, but no, I've noticed as I get older, I've noticed a trend. When the sound is popular, it gets popular, it gets notoriety, it goes global. Then after a while, it goes back to its roots, and it just, I won't say it remains there for a while, but if you're a fan of that, or you're very supportive of that culture or that sound, you just go support it naturally, organically. That's how it's supposed to be. You get it? Rather than having certain people try to jump on the certain things just because it's trending, just because it's popular. So I personally would have felt that even had he not signed Wizkid, not signed P Square, I would have still thought at the end of the day, Afrobeats was always going to have its moment to shine globally. Like, and that's what's happening now. It's having its moment, and not to say it will fade away, because I don't think it's going to fade away. Do you know what I mean? Because you have to remember that the African market is most probably and arguably the biggest market in the world. You understand? And there's still more things to be achieved. And with the most Afrobeats artists of today, the 99.9% of them, as far as we're hearing, those ones are Nigerian. The Nigerians. So I bring it all back to say this, because you probably think I'm waffling. Akon has made a mistake by saying what he said. He's made a massive mistake. He could have just kept it simple and be like, "Nah, listen, I'm not the cool I'm not the cool herc of Afrobeats. Like, I understand why you may say that based on what I've just told you, but that's not the facts of the matter. Because at the end of the day, he was signed to Banky W's label, and through the connection with the United States, he signed to there was a contractual agreement, this, that, and the third, and then let's explain what you did to help. Do you understand? That's how you do it. You don't go and say, "Oh, Afrobeats wouldn't be where it is today if I didn't help." Basically, like, get out of here, man. We're supposed to be lighting up every African country in the world. Well, I say, yeah, every other African country. What happened to that? What happened to Akon say? Well, we'll get into that. Let's go.
Did you bring the business to it?
We had to, because all they knew about was
creative.
Yeah, there was no.
Did you bring the business to it? You see that question? We had to. We did. No, you didn't. See, what was Don Jazzy doing? What was Don Jazzy doing? Do you think Mo Hits didn't exist? Nah. I can't believe this. He actually is as... I can't believe this. Let's keep it moving.
I wouldn't want to say that, and I wouldn't want to take credit for all of it, but I can tell you that if we didn't do what we did, Afrobeat would still be in the same position that it was in when we...
Got you.
That I can tell you 100%.
Did you bring the business to it?
We had to, because all they knew about was...
creative.
Yeah, there was no business, no infrastructure, none of it attached to it.
If you could go back, which is more important?
This is what I'm trying to say. That is such a lie. Because think about this, yeah? Remember how I mentioned Two-Face Idibio? Think about that. Man was also acting. I swear African Queen, that song was also for a movie as well, for a Nollywood movie. And that's not the only Nollywood movie. He's been acting in several other Nollywood movies. Isn't that not infrastructure? Isn't that not business? Isn't Wizkid signing to Banky W's record label at that time? Yeah. Was that not business? Was that not infrastructure? Brad, like, I'm not even kidding you. Akon, like, Akon, like, I get it. You want to sound like you're important, like, and this is the thing with some people. This is probably why this is gonna sound so rude, but I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. This is why, you know, when you feel like, what happened to that person or this, that, and the third. There's always something that happens behind the scenes with someone, and it's more time because of how that person reacts. And I'm trying to be nice about it. Like, I can't even. I'm trying to be nice about it. But like, basically, it's not about F it. I'm gonna keep it real. This is why his career is where it is right now. Do you understand? Like, he released music not so long ago. And it's not doing any bits like it used to. Maybe that's because he's not connected to a major. Who knows? But it's just not like. In fact, I remember someone put a post. I think it was on the Shade Room. Yes, I'm on the Shade Room now and again. But I saw one of the comments saying something about how he's a TikTok star or making TikTok music. Like, this is what I'm trying to say, and I think they were just mocking him, to be honest. But like, this is what I'm trying to say. He wouldn't have gone down that route had he just not, I don't know, like, tried to act like he's more important than he is. Because, brother, like, if we're gonna keep it real, if we're genuinely gonna keep it real, like I said, let me just calm down for a minute. If we're gonna keep it real, Akon is in that position, yeah, where at the end of the day, did he help Wizkid per se? Maybe, maybe not. Let's hear what Wizkid has to say. Do you know what I mean? Let's hear what Wizkid has to say. How much of an impact did Akon have on your career? I think this is the thing. He should have just stuck to speaking about Wizkid's career or P Square's career. That's how you do it. Just stick to that. Stick to that. Like, stick to that. And then you could talk from that perspective. But if you're talking from a whole genre or perspective, yeah, a whole culture perspective of, like, there was no infrastructure. Do you know what I mean? Like, and like, I get what these guys are asking. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not even their fault. They're asking a good question. And they're asking a good question, but at the same time, they're asking it from a place of ignorance, thinking there's no infrastructure there. But these guys are the same ones that, like, interviewed Davido. Why did they not ask him those questions? Maybe they did. I need to watch the full interview. I do not know. Anyway, let's go.
The creative or the business?
The business, 100%. Because Africans are naturally creative. They wake up creative. Like, bro, the 5-year-old would dance his ass off, sing his ass off. Like, when it comes to talent in Africa, they're born with it. It's in the gene.
Yeah.
Like, there's no untalented person in Africa that I've ever known of. They all talented in something. The problem is they don't have the business education. And this is the reason why, even to this day, the colonization is so strong, and these white folks can go in there and take all those minerals, take all those, that gold, that cobalt, that silver, that platinum, that uranium, and walk away and make billions outside of Africa, and then Africans are still struggling trying to figure it out. There was no business.
No. I think that's unfair of him to say that. It's unfair for him to say that. You know why that's unfair for him to say that? Because colonization, yeah, is a form of control and manipulation. Yeah, keyword is manipulation. Yeah, they use manipulative tactics till this day. Yeah, and they do whatever they think it's possible to be able to maintain that control and that power. Do you understand? And anytime we do rise up and try to battle against them, you know what I mean? We fall short only because at the end of the day, they always find a way to maintain that control. Look what they're trying to do with President Ibrahim Traore at Burkina Faso. Do you get it? Look what they did to Gaddafi. Do you get it? Like, I'm not even trying to be funny here. Like, at the end of the day, you got to look at it where it's such a complex situation, but at the same time, that doesn't make sense for what you're trying to say. Colonization and business. And there's multiple businesses that are thriving in Nigeria alone. In Nigeria alone. If like furthermore, all right. Furthermore, if you're talking about resources, natural resources, there are many Nigerians that are benefiting from natural resources within Nigeria, and they are billionaires within their currency. Yeah, it's not rocket science, but they know how to do business. They know how to maintain their business, irrespective of the ups and downs. Even I believe Dangote had an issue with the oil refinery. Do you know what I mean? That was like, come on, man. Like, I'm not being funny. I'm just keeping it all the way real. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it all the way real, and I feel like I'm not gonna lie, this is irritating me. I'll be real with you, and I don't like to shout. I don't like to moan. I don't like to groan. Like, you know what I mean? But I just feel like at the end of the day, Akon is flat out wrong for how he's responding. I have no issue with these my expert opinion hosts. Do you know what I mean? Co-hosts. I have no grudge against them, or I don't even have a grudge against Akon. I just have a disdain to how Akon's reacting, how he's responding. You understand? That's how I have a disdain towards, because you can't tell me that you're like, does he know what he's saying? And they're talking about colonization, but yet at the same time, what did he do with the whole light situation, which I at first thought was kind of good business, and I don't know why, but like, he decided to do business with the Chinese to help fund and all that stuff there. So I'm not saying that the Chinese are colonizing. Don't get that twisted. Don't misconstrue my word. I'm just saying, from the outside looking in and seeing how some Chinese do Africans in the backyard. Do you know what I mean? All I'm saying, or not even in the backyard, in their own home. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is Akon needs to just focus on keeping the question within how he's helped. Do you know what I mean? How he's helped Wizkid, how he's helped P Square, how it's helped whoever. Just keep it factual on your timeline of what you've done. Don't talk about other people unless you really did help and there's facts to back it. Because right now there is no facts to back it. To assume that there wasn't any structure before, do you know what I mean? It's idiotic. And here, you know what? Give me a second. When was okay? So Mohit Records was active from 2000. Hold on. Mohit Records was active from 2004 to 2012. Again, 2004 to 2012. That's over 20. In fact, by the time he signed Akon, by the time Akon signed Wizkid in 2011, or represented in 2011, and Wizkid signed to Convict Music by Akon in 2011 as a representative of the label in Africa through a joint partnership with Empire Mates Entertainment. The deal was confirmed by Akon and Banky W, CEO of EME, in 2011, and 2012. So let's bring it back to this. Mo Hit Records was active from 2004 to 2012. Let me see something. So Mo Hit Records produced Afrobeats music. Get me? The Bunch, One Day Cole, Dr. Sid, The Prince. You know what I mean? Like, there are so many things you need to understand. 2004 to 2012. 2004 to 2012. And you're telling me there is no business, no infrastructure. All they did is, all they can do is just create. They got no business. Well, I guess what Don Jazzy was doing was just creating. I mean, kind of was, because he was producing hits. Do you know what I mean? And he's helping out other people till this day. Till this day. Not just music, but in other things. Like, I don't think you understand how much of a big deal Don Jazzy is. Don Jazzy is the Don of Afrobeats. Yeah, he is the Don of Afrobeats, right? So, like, it's just, like, it's irritating when, like, again, I don't have a disdain to how these guys are asking this guy, asking Akon. It's how Akon is responding. Let's go.
They care about it that much because
they don't know the value of it.
Right, exactly.
You know, they
But
don't know the value of it.
or they don't care about
to
the
this
value.
day.
How is that not possible with the internet and everybody coming in, pillaging the movies and all the rest of that? They don't have like Cash App and all that stuff. They don't have.
Oh no, nigga, this is where you're wrong, Clue. Half the shit that you seeing on apps now was built in Africa first. You know, Africa was on cell phones back in the 80s. Apps and all that, all like the transition of SMS sending money back and forth, that all that was already being done in Africa in the 90s.
You know why? Because guess who was behind the internet and how we communicate in terms of SMS and that stuff there? It was a Nigerian. By the way, like, the internet really exists because of a Nigerian. I hope you know that, right? But let's go.
But the problem is they will go in there, patent the concept, reskin it here in the US, and then go commercial with it. And so digitally, we was always ahead of the curve. Even to now, right now, a lot of the latest apps are all being developed right now in Kenya, Cape Verde. It's like, shit, Ghana. Man, like, you'd be surprised how many hubs, like digital hubs, are right now being robbed by these motherfuckers over there in Silicon Valley. In Africa right now.
Anyway, listen. We're gonna continue on with this Akon thing in a minute, yeah. I just want to just say this on just largely in regards to this segment here, yeah, because there's more things I've got to react to. But the other things I may react to on a different day, or maybe it's the same. I'll figure it out. But like, the point is, Akon, if I was to summarize this particular segment in general, Akon was completely wrong in how he responded. But now he wants to say, now this leads to a bigger question. Do you understand? If he knew all of this information, where's Akon City? If he knew all of this information, then why is he acting as if it's our fault, if that makes sense? Like, it's not. Do you know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, let's be real. Again, he can still be telling the truth with it. He can still be telling lies within truths. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you've got to pay attention to how people talk and then just pick out certain things and then do your own research. The same way I picked up what he was saying and did my own research. Yeah, I did my own research. But I already knew about Mo Hit Records anyway. I already knew they were between 2004 and 2012. I more or less caught on around 2008, 2009 times. The time when I was, in fact, no, 2007 rather. Hold on. No, wrong. 2006. Because I remember I was in college. You know what I mean? So, like, and the thing is, this is why it's just so interesting because, oh man, look, end of the day, this is giving me an inspiration to just continue to do more reaction videos to music, especially from back then. Now I'm gonna have to do it. I've got no excuse whatsoever. Do you understand? No excuse. Yeah, no excuse. But for him to say there's no, like, there was no business, there was no infrastructure. Oh, I'm gonna prove him wrong. I'm going to prove him wrong. And I want you to help me prove him wrong. When I react to these videos, I want you to share it and tag him in it. Tag him in it and prove him wrong. And tag Bag Fuel in it. Do you know what I mean? So they can really see what's going on. Because they're not really going to do any real thorough research. They're not real journalists. No disrespect. They're not. Do you know what I mean? Because even when they were of my expert opinion, they were still waffling. Do you know what I mean? But at least with here, they are asking some good questions. All they're doing is asking questions based on how Akon's responding. Do you understand? That's all they're doing. But anyway, listen. Bear with me for a few seconds. But anyway, thank you for watching this segment. But listen, we're going to react to something completely different now. All right, I'm back. Listen, you know what? We're still gonna let me just continue on with this segment just a little bit. The reason why I want to do that. In fact, let's just read the comments. That would be a good idea. So, what has Akon done that's trying to take credit for breaking through of Afrobeats Big Wiz? Need to put this liar in his place once and for all. Shout out to Edouard. DZ. This one still they present when Wycliffe did King of My Country with Sound Santan. He just deceived Gen Z. What time Wizkid still primary school for? Okay. I don't even know if I should still believe Akon because this guy lies a lot. I've never seen an elder that lies like you do, Mr. Akon. They Wizkid reply this man. He will. Akon, like, this is what I can't wait for Wizkid's response. I cannot wait for his response. When he responds, I'm telling you, when he responds. So anyway. Listen, all right, look. the one thing for certain, like we're gonna go back to it real quick. Yeah, give me a second, because the reality is we have to put things into perspective. That's the key thing. Put things into perspective. All right. So what do I mean by put things into perspective? This is what I mean. Excuse me. Akon, Wizkid. Trying to find it. I'm not. I saw the video, and there's a Wizkid that was talking about it. Or maybe I didn't see it. Maybe I was just bugging. Or maybe it was this video I was thinking of, and I thought that was Wizkid. All right. Anyway, doesn't matter. Good. Like I said, we already seen it, right? Even if we were to even if, yeah, look, Wizkid, see, look, Wizkid was briefly signed to Convict Records, owned by Akon, in 2012. He was one of the many artists under the label, including the P Square, Sarkodie, and many others mentioned that Wizkid revealed during his 2012. So it wasn't 2008, it was 2012 or 2011, right? And obviously, yeah, I know we can't. Okay, here we go. Because there we go. Thank God, right? Akon's label, Convict, signs Wizkid, P Square, and Two-Face. And this is the thing. You want to say there's no infrastructure, no business, but he was signed to EME. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, how can you say there's no business? Why does this always happen every single time? Close. I don't see the address. Every time I go on this website, it does this. That's why the mobile version is easy to After a month of crouching the pipeline, the news finally has been broken. CEO of Convict Music, basically Akon, has signed Wizkid, Two-Face, and P Square to his Atlanta-based music record label. Akon was currently in Nigeria, made the disclosure at the launch of a new energy drink in Lagos. He also tweeted online, "In Nigeria, my brother's about to take over Africa with Two-Face and W and Wizkid. Big up P Square." Banky W, who also went online to confirm the deal as CEO of EME Records, he tweeted, "But last night was kind of epic. Big ups EMEZ plus Convict Music Run. Shout out to everyone that saw the evidence." You see, this is again evidence. We've got to show the evidence. For you, if you recall, September Vanguard has reported that Wizkid I don't know how to put his name like that. Wizkid could be serious talks with Lonely Crooner to do remix of Don't Doll single. This report had learned that then from a source that Wizkid has been performing Don't Doll at an event in the UK where incidentally the Convict boss was billed to perform. As expected, Wizkid had effortlessly dropped catchy lines all over the single and had eventually convinced Akon that a collaboration was essential. Let's continue to read on. After the performance, Akon promptly walked up to Wizkid to announce that he would love to do a collaboration with him, and that was how the deal was struck. The remix has since hit the airwaves and got massive reception. However, Two-Face and P Square most likely had walked into the deal following a very successful album launch this year, saw their respective music careers burn more intensely. You heard that, right? All right. Now, this was news after signing the second of its kind following deal struck between Kanye West's Good Music and Demand of the Mo Hits Records in August in the year. This was in 2011. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Because if Akon, yeah, let's just continue, because end of the day, yeah, you have to understand that, but in life, if you're gonna lie, just know that there's going to be someone that's gonna find out the truth. And there's no point in lying either, because the lies only make you look bad anyway, and you don't want to be looking bad, do you? Or maybe you do want to look bad. Maybe you don't care about how you're perceived. That's the way. Maybe he doesn't care how he's perceived, and maybe I shouldn't care how he's perceived. You know what I mean? But for me personally, I'm like, yo, for you to go ahead and say, oh, there was no infrastructure, there was no business. Okay, for there to be no business, then why are you signing these people in the first place? Why did the label have to be Atlanta based in the first place? Why couldn't it not be based in Nigeria? And you could build up the infrastructure within there. Why couldn't you do that? Anyway, I guess that's all that news for that day. And let's just go back up so you know exactly what year it was, because I am not lying when I said it's 2011. So the article is by Charles Mbulu. So this article was done released December the 19th, 2011. 2011. Anyway. Let's just get to speaking of Nigeria. By the way, my name is aka the Akon Trust, the name you can trust when it comes to all things reactions. And right now, we're going to react to and find out exactly what happened to VDM, aka Very Dark Man. Was he arrested? Why was he arrested? If that's the case. I shout out to Michael Richards for him to even say that. Anyway, we won't get to that right now. Look, shout out to Ayra, she's trending right now. Anyway, let's see. So Peter Obi has spoken as well. They arrest Very Dark Man, and oppression of young voices is a dangerous path that we must not normalize in Nigeria. So he really has been arrested. Because you have to understand, for Peter Obi to really mention this, that means it's 100% true. I'm not saying that I didn't think it was true, because I did know, but so now some people say Mercy Chinwo is responsible for the arrest of Very Dark Man, standing on top. I don't know. Here's the thing. It's hard to explain, because if anyone who is responsible, I'm telling you that, put it this way, you know when there's the saying that God does not like ugly. That's why I'm gonna keep it as simple as that. And this is only going to make Very Dark Man, like I've said before, if I haven't really said it before, but it's only gonna make him a bigger individual than, do you know what I mean? I don't think. And the question I have in mind is, if they've arrested him, I don't know, it's magic, because you have to think about, why did they arrest him? What's the reason? And if they've arrested him, then obviously his lawyers have to get involved and can sort things out from that end, right? That's what you would think. But knowing how, I hate to say it, but like knowing knowing how corrupt certain things can be, do you know what I mean? And how people can pay off people. Like I don't even. It's crazy when you think about it. I don't even think that way either. But like, put it this way: there has to be a reason. I need real information. Real information. Real information. What is the story? Why has he been arrested? So let's see. Very Darkman's best friend, Coca P, sends passionate message to us. Okay. Let's go.
Where Very Darkman, this is the first son of Nigeria, Elestee, Egbon Seyi Tinubu. I'm doing this video to bring to your notice the sad incident that happened on Friday, where Very Darkman was adopted by heavily armed men. He was kidnapped by heavily armed men, and they took him to the EFCC. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, up till now, we have not heard anything from EFCC. Egbon Seyi Tinubu, me and you know, me, you, and the rest youths in Nigeria are aware that Very Darkman don't get any economic and financial issues for him to be in the EFCC. I can put my life on the line. VDM doesn't do fraud or has never done fraud to anybody in this country. Sir, with that said, I still await the EFCC to bring the charge they have against him. But Egbon, nobody is calling you for fight or calling you to blame. Sir, we the youth of Nigeria are looking at it that our say and democracy is not guaranteed. That anybody can be picked at any given time for saying the truth. Egbon Seyi Tinubu, I believe you are not like that. I believe you are the only hope the youth is having right now in this painful time that can stand for us. Sir, this is the best time for you to show us as youth that you stand for us. Egbon Seyi Tinubu, pick up your phone and call the EFCC chairman. Inquire. Tell them to talk to us. Egbon, release VDM for us because he has done nothing. All he do is speak the truth and give the Nigerian youth hope. He's the one that speaks on believing in the country and we have a better future. Elestee, whatever anger it is coming from anywhere, I don't want to blame anybody. I'm calling on you. This is the first chance you have. Rattles and everywhere many Nigerian youths, this Sunday night, please tag Seyi Tinubu in the comment section and let's call his attention to this particular issue. Show us you care about us and our complaints. I am calling up on you peacefully. As a well-meaning Nigerian who wants the peace of the country and the peaceful coexistence within the APC government and the Nigerian youth. We look forward to your speedy response. Thank you. God bless you. My name is Kokopi. Allah.
See, like, let me retweet that as well.
This is the first son of Nigeria, Elestee, Egbon Seyi Tinubu.
I think this is. I probably don't have to watch anything else more now. Just after watching that. The reason why, because it's giving me more clarity on what's happened. It makes total sense. It makes total sense. Whoever, this is just happening in Nigeria. This happens across the world, and it's mad. It's insane when you think about it. How those who are capable of speaking the truth and giving, especially youth, hope, and multiple generations, but especially youth hope, they find a way to try, I'm going to use the word try, to shut down whatever they're saying or whatever they're doing. They try to silence their voice, but what they don't realize in the process of doing that is they're only making the voice of the voiceless for the voiceless to become an even bigger voice for the person or people who are the voice of the voiceless or the voice for the youth. So that's essentially, so from my understanding, he hasn't been arrested. it's not even a misunderstanding or a miscommunication. Well, yeah, you could say miscommunication that he's been arrested. Nah, he's been abducted by heavy armed men, right? And they tried to make it seem as though it's arrest for fraud, or not even as arrest for fraud, but it would be that if it those type of people that's going to be involved. But if that's the case, but like he said, he's asking peacefully. He's coming peacefully. So let's see what happens next, because everyone is speaking up, everyone is speaking out, and it's good to see. Even those who would think that are not going to say anything or what. Now, I'm just glad most people are now speaking up, speaking out. Now, the question becomes, what happens next? What happens next? Because if this continues, like, I hate to say it, but we're in the month of May, all right? And there's a Unity Cup coming up. And although it's not based in Nigeria, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody going to be caring about that. And as you probably are aware, Nigeria is one of the most prideful nations of all countries of all time. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, like, it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting times, and I'm afraid to see what's gonna happen if VDM, aka Very Dark Man, is not released, especially if there's no explanation whatsoever. Like, even if they want to give a fake sorry ass explanation, all right, cool, whatever. And even like we need to hear from him, and we need to hear from him as well. Even if his lawyer was to hear from him, and then we hear from the lawyer, and then, do you know what I mean? To know he's safe, do you know what I mean? And it's just all due process, whatever the case may be, or whatever. Then cool. But other than that, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like I'm lost for words in regards to this. I'm lost for words because this is happening in real time, and it's funny because not funny. Like, I didn't want to talk on the President Ibrahim Traore situation. Yeah, but because everything's happening in real time, and it's scary. Like, it is scary. It's very scary because you don't know, like, what people are genuinely capable of. And at the same time, you're aware of what some people are capable of, even if you don't know them personally. Anyway, look, this type of thing is getting me emotional. I can't even lie, bro. I can't lie. You know what I mean? So, where was that? Man, I don't know. It's a scary time that we're living in terms of because you. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna change the subject. I'm gonna change the subject because end of the day, free VDM. You know what I mean? Free VDM, free VDM, free VDM, free VDM. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna keep it as simple as that. You know what I mean? But anyway, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's go. Anyway, by the way, my name is Versatile, aka the Akon Trust, the name you can trust when it comes to all things reactions. And we are going to react to something different. And we're going to react to Edouard Mendy, right? Edouard Mendy is a former Chelsea player. By the way, I think he's the only African goalkeeper that Chelsea have ever had. Like, wait a minute. Yeah, he is. And I like to call him the Senegalese Spider-Man. Now, the good thing is he has been a champion in 3 different continents. So, or is that really 3 different continents though? We're gonna look at it again properly. We're gonna have to look at because he's become champion. He won a Champions League with Chelsea. He's won. In fact, let's look at the stats properly. And bear with me if I use Wikipedia. It is what it is, bruh. It is what it is. Bear with me. All right, so the picture they want to use is the Champions League with a medal. Imagine. Anyway. Okay. Okay, honest. All right, so yeah, he's won. So look at you say 3 different continents, but then again, the Africa Cup of Nations was within the African continent. He's won the European, the Champions League, which is European. He's won the Saudi Pro. He's won. Hold on. Yeah, he's won the Asian Champions League as well. Okay, yeah. So technically, yeah, you can say he's won on different continents. Now that makes more sense. Now it makes more sense. You get it? Because he's won on the Africa Cup of Nations. That's on the African continent. He's won the Super Cup, the Champions League, the World Cup, the Club World Cup, and yeah, man was like, that's on the European continent. Then he's also now won the Champions League the Asian Champions League with Al Ahly also. So he's literally, yeah. Ain't that interesting though? Like how far an individual can go when this. I didn't even want him to leave Chelsea Football Club. I always felt like he's got a few more years in him at Chelsea at the very least. Do you know what I mean? Like I was always confused why he left. Do you know what I mean? And he was just, I don't know, man. Like, you know when you look at players and you're like, yo, the team you support, and then there's certain players that leave, and you're like, why are they leaving? Like, you know what I mean? They got a few more years in them at best. Because the team I support, sometimes they can be very ruthless with players that they don't need to be ruthless with. But the players are supposed to be ruthless with, they're not being ruthless. You know what I mean? But here's what it is. But yeah, man, shout out to the Senegalese Spider-Man for being the I guess he could be is he the first? He could arguably be the first African to have won. Let's not do that. Just congratulations to Edouard Mendy for becoming another champion, like winning another trophy. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like, think about it. There's only so much teams in each league or each competition, and there can only be one winner. Do you understand? There can only be one winner. So I respect that. I respect that. But anyway, we're going to keep it moving. We're still going to keep it on football for now. We're going to talk about the Nigerian Premier League. All right. So let's see. So right now, the current champions are Remo Starr, and this is their first title. And I think if memory serves correctly, that manager did something very special and very remarkable of how he's managed the club. And do you know what I mean? I think I think one season was fourth, next season was third, next season was second, this season is first. Something like that. Like, do you know how rare that is? Or I don't even know what it was. There was something special. So let's read that real quick then. Ain't that funny? The team I support, I'll say male teams, because the women teams, they're further ahead. Anyway, the male teams I support in Yimba FC are 5th. Chelsea FC at this current time of recording this live stream, because by the time you probably see this, Chelsea are probably 3rd. You just never ever know. Do you know what I mean? The same thing with Strasbourg. They're probably end up 3rd or 4th. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I just find it ironic that they're all 5th on the same day that I'm looking. Anyway, Nigeria Premier Football League has congratulated the Honorable Kunle Saname, the chairman of NPFL club Remo Stars, on his birthday. Oh, that's nice, because his birthday was on the 27th. Apparently. Let's read this properly. Saname clocked 59 on Sunday, April 27, and the NPFL chairman, Benga Alkebulan, I butchered his name, but I know it's Benga, said the club owner is worth celebrating by the league for his contribution to the league and football in general. On Soname is easily one of the biggest individual investors in our league. When you consider the physical structure that supports Remo Stars in Ekene, stated that the NPFL chairman, he said that the NPFL will become a model in Africa if all clubs in the league have structural support found at the Remo Star Stadium in Ekene. In Wenger's words, it's difficult to find an expression that can sufficiently define the speciality of this honorable man. All I can say as wishes is for God to fortify you with good health and long life. Soname's interest in club football cuts across two top leagues and the Nigeria Women's Football League. He is also the founder of the second tier Nigeria National League side Beyond Limits FC. So shout out to him still. You know what I mean? Even though this article is on the 27th, it's still good to see these type of articles. So we're just gonna see if there's latest news, and you know what I mean. But I wanted to more or less celebrate Remo Stars, and for winning their first league title. Because listen, it's not every day you win the league, bruv. Do you know what I mean? And as much as I can be like not upset, but like obviously I want my team to win, innit? But they just wasn't good enough this season. Do you know what I mean? You don't get rid of an experienced manager, but then obviously the experienced manager ended up trying to support the national side, but that didn't work as well. But anyway, they don't work well. That's the only latest news. That is okay. We move. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But other than that, as you can see here, let's just go to the table at the moment. We're just going to go through the list and you can just see who's top. If it wants to load up, it's going to take its time. Okay, man, I haven't finished my watch still. But yeah, man. All right, so this is the table right now, right, as we speak. So there's only a few more games to go. Remo Stars, obviously their first, they've won the league basically. Next under that is Rivers United, and then there's Abia Warriors. But anyway, Ikorodu City. If I'm butchering names, I'm butchering names, innit? All right, in Yimba FC, and then we're gonna stop there. Oh, look where Rangers International FC are. Look where Enugu Rangers are. All right. You see how they tried to do us dirty last season? Look where they are. They're below us. Chill down. No, I'm playing. I'm trying to be biased here. I'm trying to be biased. I'm trying to be unbiased, innit? But I couldn't help it. But yeah, I'm gonna remain humble and just be grateful to see where Indian FC as well, because they invested a lot into a lot of players, a lot of new players. So yeah, man, it's good to see that where they. I don't want to say it's good to see where they are. I wish they were a bit higher up. They still got a chance of finishing. Let's see, they're on 52 points. They still got a chance of finishing fourth, if anything. Do you know what I mean? They got a chance of finishing fourth or third. Most likely third of. Yeah, I'm gonna say that, alright. But let me know what Nigeria team you support, and are you happy with where they are right now? Has there been improvement? Or if there hasn't been improvement, what needs to improve? Do you understand? Let me know in the comment section below. Because I with football. Football is a really strange sport. It's a strange sport because you have to remember that they're actually human beings. They're not machines. So even when they do you know what I mean? They're not machines. They're human beings. They got thoughts. They got feelings too. They go through the motions too. Do you know what I mean? They need rest too. They need to eat well too. They need to exercise well too. Do you understand? And they may be going through things on a personal level, and you just don't know what they you don't know how they respond to certain things. You don't know how they respond to pressure. It's so interesting when you look at it from that perspective, because then you start to be more humble and you start to just appreciate, where your team is. If I won't say appreciate where your team is, because if your team is rotting at the bottom, you ain't really gonna like that feeling. But I will say you would appreciate the moment. Do you know what I mean? Just support them, encourage them. Do you know what I mean? And I'm talking from a perspective of knowing where Indian FC was last season compared to this season. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? There's been some changes. Do you know what I mean? There's been some changes, but the changes, sometimes you have to adapt. And when you adapt, you got to learn how to adapt and remain finding ways to adapt to certain situations and certain things. And then you can continue to grow and evolve. But other than that, I do think the Nigerian Premier League and Nigeria Premier Football League does need to be promoted a lot more, outside of Nigeria per se. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, and don't get twisted, there's other leagues in the African continent as well. Yeah, there's different leagues. These leagues need to be promoted because there's a lot of Africans in general, even outside of Africa, that support teams in England, for example, or teams in Spain, or teams in Italy. So why not our own countries? You understand? That's why I'm doing things like this. So anyway, if you like that, make sure you stay subscribed because more content is coming in regards to this. But anyway, make sure you like, follow, share, subscribe. Let's get into the next thing real quick before time quickly goes away on me. All right, so speaking of Nigeria, see, we're gonna head back to Twitter right now, just because we need some laughs. All right, we need some laughs. So all right. So, by the way, my name is Versatile, aka the Alkebulan Trust, the name you can trust when it comes to all things reactions. And right now, we are going to react to. Give me a second. I know I saw it. I know I saw it. Okay, here you go. Okay, so Kevin on stage, like eating Nigerian food in London. All right, so
If it's not, I'm
yeah, let's
making a
go.
mistake, but I believe you roll this up.
The mango seeds?
I don't know. This is, I believe, pounded yam. I believe this is a goosey. Forgive me if it's not. I'm making a mistake, but I believe you roll this up.
The mango seeds?
I don't know. And this is jollof with plantain. And
See, listen to how he says it. See how it pauses automatically because he is saying it correctly. So all you Jamaicans that want to say plantain, it's plantain. Listen to how Kev on stage says it. All right, let's go.
some chicken. This is gizzard and plantain. And this is suya, chicken suya. Smells great. Gizzard and plantain.
Yes, you do.
A lot of spice, a lot of flavor. I've had gizzard before. It has that gaminess of the gizzard. A little spicy. Got a little kick to it.
Hey, you can tell it was spicy from the moment, the way he did his facial expressions. You can literally tell when the spice kicked in. Hey, yo. Oh, man. Shout out to Kevin Stage, man. Shout out to him. For real, for real. Like, for real, for real.
But flavor-wise, it's there. This plantain. Oh, that's really good. I've never had a plantain that wasn't served sweet before. Also, Lovey told me you gotta have Fanta with Nigerian food.
Yeah.
2 for 2 so far. This is the soup.
As much as I say that, I'm a water guy. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to limit any other beverages. Water. Do you know what I mean? Water would do.
Suya.
Jeez.
Okay. Oh.
He's enjoying.
Very good. Okay.
He's enjoying so much. I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him a Nigerian name. What should we call him? You have to cause bear in mind his name is Kevin, yeah, and Kevin is such a common name. So what Nigerian name is so common that he should be called? Toby. Emeka. Let's call him Emeka. Yeah. Let's call him Emeka. Emeka on stage. Hey, yo, from now on, yeah, that's what I'm going to call him and respond to on every single one of his posts. Emeka on stage. Like, he may not understand. Maybe he will. I'm going to tag him anyway, and if he sees it, he sees it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But, hey, it is what it is. But, in fact, in the comment section below, what Nigerian name would you give him? Yeah? Leave your answer in the comment section below. And it has to be, like I said, it has to be a common name. You know what I mean? That is similar to Kevin. Because I'm telling you, Kevin is a very, 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 very popular name. Because I remember in secondary school, I had a friend called Kevin. Like, I definitely remember. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely remember. And it's funny because literally, like, we will literally have fun in class. We will be just cracking up, making jokes in English class, in science. Like, oh, man. Shout out to Kevin, wherever he is, man. Like, wherever he is. I hope everything is good, man. Nah, for real, for real. You know when you just think, like, raw? Like, because, anyway, let's keep it moving.
We're killing now. Nigerians in their bag now. I'm going to work on this suya chicken. I'm sorry, I'm embarrassed.
She definitely worked on that.
It is so good. I'm only stopping now because I
tell.
want to taste the other stuff. Why are you not a doctor? A lawyer?
Nah. Listen, we need Kev on stage and Godfrey the comedian on. I just need Kev on stage to be on his podcast for a minute and vice versa. Like, yeah, man. I just need to see that happen.
Lawyer, engineer. Toby, why do you throw away your life? I'm sorry. It's the music, it's the food, it's the atmosphere. I'm sorry.
That's why we're gonna give him a Nigerian name, Emeka. Alright?
I think you're supposed to use both of them, aren't you?
I don't
Aren't you
know.
supposed to like clarify?
Yeah. This is the agusi, I believe, with the pounded yam.
Yep. It's sweet. You know what I'm saying?
That's new.
Oh, Wizkid in the background as well.
That's new. This is like just a piece of the goat meat from the agusi. Goat's a little gamey for me. I don't usually do goat meat. The flavor there, texture of the gaminess of goat meat ain't my fave. With respects to goats. Jollof rice.
That's the face I make when I eat jollof rice, specifically and only specifically the jollof my wife makes. You understand how it's set? I enjoy. Alright, listen, let me not brag or boast or anything like that. I'm just saying. Let's go.
So here, it was so good. So the audience church is somewhere else,
I know they carry last. That's good. I've had that before. Smoky goodness. Plantain. That's good. Not as sweet. I like Jamaican plantain, but it is still sweet. You got a savory in the gizzard. Much sweeter without the sauce and stuff. It's hot, but it's fire. No pun. This came with a jollof. If I'm not mistaken, it might be stewed chicken. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Just outstanding.
He's
just outstanding. KG the comedian, he put me onto this.
And that's how it should be. That's how it should be. And the fact that it's a KG the comedian, like, because you know what, yeah, this is about community building and this is how I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, if you get it, I'm just glad he put him on. So shout out to KG the comedian. Get me. Man, it's and obviously 10 out of 10 experience. Inish. If you know, you know. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. If you got any shout outs, now is the perfect time to put it. But yeah, man. Oh man. Kev on stage, aka Emeka. That's his new name from now on. Man like Emeka. Man like Emeka. So I'm gonna retweet that right now.
This is, I believe, pounded yam.
I'm gonna put man like Emeka. Hold on. AKA. Enjoying Naija food, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, How can I casually give him a nickname?
I believe this is a
Or
goofy.
Nigeria
Forgive
give
me
him
if
a
it's not.
nickname.
Make a mistake.
How could I
believe
casually do that?
Rose.
Should I not seek permission first? Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. But yeah, man, we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it pushing. You know what I mean? We are. You know what I mean? Basically, while we're here, Big Brother Naija is on the verge of coming back. Season 10, I believe it is. By the way, my name is Starr, aka Alkebulan Trust Reacts. You can trust when it comes to all things reaction. Excuse me. And right now we're gonna react to Big Brother Naija. All right. So here's the thing. You know when you click on something and it doesn't take you to the actual. All right, there you go. So, all right, so they just posted this literally yesterday. So, think you got what it takes to be on season 10 certified? Prove it. BB Naija season 10 auditions are live. Register from the 3rd to the 7th of May to qualify for the physical auditions. 3 cities, 3 days, limited slots. Secure your spot now. All right, so let's just watch their advert.
Fill in your personal details and choose your this season of Big Brother Naija. Physical auditions are back, going down in Lagos, Enugu, and Abuja for 3 days. When you come through, you better come correct. No dey form, just keep it real and make them feel your ginger. Then you could be certified for Big Brother Naija Season 10. To register to audition, go to africamagic.tv/BB audition. Fill in your personal details and choose your preferred audition date and location. Then watch your inbox for a confirmation email. Finally, show up at your audition venue on your confirmed date. Auditions only open to persons aged 21 or older.
Do you know why?
Big Brother Naija Season 10. Gold sponsor, Guinness. This season of...
So yeah, man. In fact, I've been meeting, and I'm gonna put it. I want to put it in my notes now. Let me see. Yeah, I need to react to some White Money because he makes music as well. He won Big Brother Naija as well. So let's just, yeah. But yeah, man. So let's just. It's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen, and I'll see if I can react to most of it throughout from start to finish. Because you know what I mean. I did try to post some clips here and there on this YouTube channel and on my TikTok now and again, but it's just, you know what I mean. When you don't really catch it from the start, it kind of like, you know what I'm saying. But let me know what your thoughts are. In fact, is there, wherever you're watching from, is there a Big Brother in your country? Is it as popular in your country? Leave your answer comments below. I remember there was a Big Brother in the UK. There still is, but it went. Put it this way: the Channel 4 version is much more better than the one now. And yeah, that's all I know. And maybe that's because I haven't watched it properly and I don't really care for it nowadays. But as far as, and it's funny because, as far as BB Naija, that's different. I don't know how to explain it. There's just a different level of energy, a different level of swag, if that makes sense. Because the Big Brother in the UK, there was a celebrity version. And although there was a clip of going viral recently, it's like, I mean, of course that person's going to think or speak that way because naturally, look how old he is. Look at the era he come from. And that's not to say whether he is right or wrong. It's just a case of some people are just going to be stuck in the way that they think. And obviously, Big Brother UK Celebrity Edition they know that, and they're gonna make sure you make situations like that go viral. That's the whole point. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's see. All right, so we're gonna be back onto YouTube. By the way, my name is Versatile, aka Akon Trust, the name you can trust when it comes to all things reactions. So there's only a few things for me to react to left today. Well, no, let me not do that. Let's just do this. Wow, he's got one of those already. Mostly Welsh. Shout out to Aaron Pierre. Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. Hey, Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. Listen, whenever I see his name, that's the first thing that comes to mind now. That's incredible. Anthony Joshua, another day, another channel, I react to that. Anthony Joshua wants to fight Tyson Fury. When you're both not. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm literally over it. Actually, I'm looking at the time. I'm going to react to this instead. Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. Hey, Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. Hey, Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. Okay, so by the way, my name is Versatile, aka Akon Trust, the name you can trust when it comes to all things reactions. And right now, we are going to react to how Tony Elumelu became filthy rich. This is the 2025 documentary. So let's just get straight into this. So if you're a fan of these type of content, you might as well hit the subscribe button because I'm going to do more of these. I'm going to do more of these. Get me? And I'm learning so much anyway, and you shall learn so much and apply what you learn. Excuse me.
Go to motionarray.com and enter a world with over 2 million creative assets to bring your vision to life. When you jump in, you'll find video.
There are iconic Nigerian billionaires, and there is Tony Elumelu. Known as the Nigerian cowboy of banking, Tony Elumelu is only one of the very few Nigerian billionaires who built their empire from scratch. And the story of how he did was so
From scratch. Oh, I've got to hear this. I've got to watch this. You've got to watch this. I'm inspired
already that
already.
the Harvard Business School had to publish a special case study on his legacy. Stay with us as we walk you through the story of how an ordinary salesman went from taking over a dying bank and Nigeria's biggest hotel to building one of the largest business empires in Africa.
The swag.
Born on 22nd March 1963, Tony Elumelu started out in Jos, located in the northern part of Nigeria, the same region where successful billionaires like Aliko Dangote and Rabiu Abdul-Samad began their childhood. The family of 5 children were neither rich nor poor, but
You ever wondered why certain groups of certain individuals have a certain similarities in terms of certain things, and you ever wondered how comes they have all of that in common, where they all, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just very intriguing. It's like, for example, with music. If you look at the music industry in the UK, but just UK, just London, you will realize that South London, especially certain regions within South London, they always produce like for one time it was only like Craden that's producing these type of artists or whatever, and even before that it was Brixton producing these type of artists. When one time it's Peckham, and even Peckham have these actors. It's like, huh? You know what I mean? Like, it's incredible. Let's go. And even I was talking about Aaron, I was like, Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. Hey, Aaron Pierre from Croydon. You know what I'm saying? That brother's from Croydon, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, anyways, keep moving.
But narrowly gave Tony the opportunity to not only be educated, but to complete his education up to the university level courtesy of his parents. Tony attended his primary education at the prestigious St. Patrick's Primary School in Jos, but had to travel down to the south-south region of the country for his secondary education, which he completed at the Federal Government College of Warri in Delta State, his original home state. This strategic choice of location helped young Tony experience life in southern Nigeria, which not only balanced his worldview but made him hungry for more explorations. Following the completion of his secondary education, Tony decided to further his studies in the Middle Belt region, where he gained admission to study economics at Ambrose Ali University, formerly known as Bender State University in Edo State. He graduated with a lower second class, which he later used to pursue a master's degree in the same economics at the University of Lagos. Just like every other fresh...
Okay, so the pattern is education. It's what he studied. Now, is it too late for you to study? No. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Fresh Nigerian graduate, Tony quickly applied for the National Youth Service Program and was opportune to work at Union Bank, a popular commercial bank in the country. It was there that Tony got his first experience in the banking industry and developed a special interest in the business of finance and accounting. But unfortunately for the young man, everything quickly ended as it had begun, with Tony having to leave the company at the end of his one-year service program without any offer from the bank to retain his position. This may have broken young Tony and crashed his dreams in the banking sector, but the dreamer boy had to move on. Unable to secure another role in any of the commercial banking giants, Tony ventured into the marketing industry as a copier salesman. Working as a sales representative, he brokered deals for office equipment, promoting and selling printers and photocopiers to offices. According to Tony Elumelu, he was no different from the thousands of young Nigerian graduates at that time, characterized by their hunger, youth, and eagerness to succeed at all cost. However, the days of
eagerness to succeed. See, if I'm pausing it because I'm trying to look at key things to why he became a success and why he maintains a success, and what you could do to be a success and maintain being a success, and what I can do to be a success and maintain a success. So aside from the education, there's also just that resilient and that hunger and desire to succeed. That's key. I don't say doing whatever it takes, but you shouldn't do necessarily whatever it takes, because, you know what I mean? Do everything and anything necessary that it takes within reason, within the parameters of what is morally and ethically right and aligned with God. Do you understand? Like, it's important I say that. Do you know what I mean?
days of Tony's street hustle soon came to an end when a commercial bank, the All States Trust Bank, opened a job application portal that focused on hiring young university graduates. Around this time, Tony had already obtained his master's degree and felt very qualified for this new opportunity, except that there was a problem. It was stated in the details of the vacancy offer that in order to be eligible as an applicant, the individual must meet a special academic requirement of having graduated with a minimum of an upper second class in their bachelor's degree. This was an immediate disqualification for Tony, who did not make up to the stated academic requirement, despite qualifying.
Do you know how harsh that's harsh. Sometimes I look at these applications like, anyway, I won't even get into it. But yeah,
in other aspects of the role. According to Tony, he realized that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for him to finally get into the profession he had always admired and was better aligned with. So, he picked up his pen and began to form, refusing to be hindered by the limitation of the job requirement. However, in the course of writing his cover letter, Tony did something special. He admitted being aware of his non-qualification for the role, but added a few words in assurance that read, "Even though I do not meet the requirements, if you give me the chance, I will prove myself." Tony believed that there was no harm in trying and submitted his application to the bank. To his surprise, the bank sent a reply inviting him for their screening process among the hundreds of other graduates who were also selected. Thanks to an incredible streak of luck, the end of the process saw Tony landing his first real banking role at the All States Trust Bank.
That was him following his instincts. Do you know why I know? Because unless someone else told him, just do that, you know what I mean? Just put that, you know, if given the opportunity, you know what I mean? I'll prove myself. But I don't know. Sometimes, never just sometimes, you know, when you follow your instincts, more times things actually work out when you think about it. It's a high risk to follow just your instincts, but the fact that he has the education to match, and he had to follow his instincts somehow to get the employment, it worked. You know what I mean? It worked. And let's go.
Where he fully kicked off his banking career. The exuberant young man understood the weight of the golden opportunity he had secured and took it upon himself to spend every day proving his worth. Most importantly, he didn't want to let the bank chairman and CEO down, who had personally reviewed his cover letter and decided to give him a chance. With several motivations pushing him to outdo himself, Tony soon earned a reputation in the bank, and just within 12 months of joining the firm, he went from being a data analyst to a branch manager. A quick career growth like that had never been seen before in the Nigerian banking industry, as Tony Elumelu was just 27 years old when he was appointed to this critical role. Later on, Tony would extend his gratitude to his bosses at that time, who didn't fail to notice his hard work and commitment while also trusting him to the level of assigning a branch to him. But that was only the beginning of the records Tony would be setting in the Nigerian banking industry. His new position opened him to several leadership opportunities, so that in 1997, the bold young man left the All States Trust Bank, leading a team of young determined visionaries to take over the struggling Crystal Bank, known today as Standard Trust Bank, although now defunct. The stakeholders of the troubled bank believed that they were disembarking from a sinking ship, and they let Tony acquire the financial institution in a distress sale, placing the entrepreneur at the position of CEO at just 34, the youngest of any Nigerian bank at that time. However, Tony saw something else in the bank and was determined to not only make his money back, but also build a business empire from there. With the future of the bank now lying in his hands, Tony and his team renamed the company Standard Trust Bank and began engineering a three-tiered strategic plan to re-establish the firm. The plan entailed 1. Revitalize the struggling bank and restore profitability. 2. Elevate the bank into one of Nigeria's top 10 financial institutions within 7 years. 3. Further grow STB to become one of the top 3 banks in Nigeria by the 10th year. The comeback strategy may have...
Yo, the fact that he had a plan, and this is the key, have a plan. Like, all right, cool. Make sure you stay subscribed and you're notified, so when I go live and I react to this type of content, you just know. Because like I said, I will do more reaction videos to this type of content, because it's so inspiring to see the journey of how successful people go through. Do you know what I mean? Like think about it. You're telling me at 27 he more or less got the job, or I say got the job, but then within that year, the man was getting promoted like quickly, and then by the age of 34, he was the CEO of another bank. Do you know what I mean? That's cold.
Have seemed a bit too optimistic, but Tony and his team quickly went to work, investing their various experiences and skills into making STB work again. The world came to realize that Tony and his team were not bluffing after all, as the next 7 months saw the STB team move the bank from a mere 6.49 million naira to over 473 million naira in revenue. This was a testament to Tony Elumelu's leadership prowess, earning him a spotlight in the banking industry at a time when the sector contained over 120 commercial banking brands, and also a period when the sector was experiencing a boom following several deregulation trends. Now, many may ask, where is Standard Trust Bank today? Following Tony's acquisition of the bank in 1997, by 2000, the bank was already on its feet, and by 2004, STB had become one of the top 10 banks in Nigeria, achieving its second-tier objective ahead of time. In 2005, the final objective came earlier than expected and was realized through a merger with the United Bank of Africa, in what was considered the biggest merger in sub-Saharan Africa at the time. Tony led this new company under the name UBA, which was now nothing below the top 3 financial firms in the country. Before this merger occurred, Tony Elumelu had recharged his business skills, enrolling in the Harvard Business School for the Advanced Management Program to prepare himself for what.
Okay, so that's adds to more reason why he is studied. You know what I mean? Why not study one of your own that became a success? You know what
was forthcoming, having completed his objectives for his former enterprise, which resultantly led him to heading a new, bigger entity. Tony knew that this was not the climax for him, and it wouldn't be settling just there. The UBA boss decided to initiate another 3-tier strategic intent for the bank, which focused on expanding into the continental and global space after having conquered the Nigerian market. Talking about how he was able to pull off these plans like no other financial firm in Nigeria, Tony remarked he and his team were always stretching themselves, making sure that they were making big and audacious moves that would give them an advantage in the competitive sector. The billionaire admitted that fulfilling one objective would give them the energy and impetus to go for the second, and accomplishing the second would further provide the power and inspiration for the third. Through this means, all 3 phases would be completed, sometimes before schedule, allowing them the freedom to explore new targets. Today, the United Bank of Africa has not only established its brand across 20 African countries, but has also planted its branches across the global scene, from London to Paris and New York, being the only African bank that operates in the United States. In 2010, the banking mogul was forced to come down as the CEO of the publicly traded bank after a new policy from the Central Bank of Nigeria limited the executive term of bank CEOs to a maximum of 10 years. Tony claimed that the policy change inspired.
You know what? I have this theory about the central banks of many countries. Yeah, I have this, it's just a theory, but for them to change the policy to make him step down, I promise you that was not without manipulative reasons, or that is a way of manipulation, because it almost feels of like, okay, we can see how powerful you're becoming, let's not make you too powerful now. Just saying.
Inspired him to think more widely and take advantage of other opportunities instead of letting it affect him negatively. However, he still actively heads the institution's board of directors as the largest shareholder with a whopping 7% ownership of the bank. Following his retirement from his executive role, Tony founded a family-owned investment firm known as Hayes Holdings and began investing in several sectors. One of his most significant moves was a full-force venture into the hospitality industry after years of silent investment in the sector. The elephant in the room was the Transcorp Hilton Hotel, which he took over in a controversial manner from the then chairman, Femi Otedola. According to Otedola, Tony Elumelu had sought financial support from him during the acquisitions of UBA, which Otedola had rendered through the purchase of shares worth about $20 million. Although the share price appreciated much later, Tony Elumelu persuaded his colleague to retain his shares, citing promising future prospects. By 2007, Femi Otedola had become the chairman of Transcorp Hotel, holding a 5% stake in the firm. Unbeknownst to him, Elumelu was quietly increasing his shareholdings in the same company, so that when some financial difficulties plagued Otedola in 2008, Tony quickly acquired his colleague's UBA shares, including the shares he also owned at the African Finance Corporation as the largest shareholder. Around this time, Otedola was approached by a colleague who indicated that an American firm was interested in buying his shares in Transcorp, which he agreed to sell, only to discover that the supposed American firm was in fact Tony Elumelu.
I can't even lie, that was snaky. That was snaky. If that's true, in the way it was conducted, that's a snake move, bruv. But listen, do you know what? Didn't Femi Otedola do something similar with Illegal Dangote? I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So call it karma, innit?
This revelation led to Otedola's resignation as the chairman of the hotel, and a full-blown takeover of the hotel by Tony Elumelu occurred, as he now currently chairs the Transcorp Group. Away from business and into non-profits, Tony registered the Tony Elumelu Foundation in 2010, a foundation aiming to promote entrepreneurship in Africa.
My wife and I created the Tony Elumelu Foundation in 2010
by offering opportunities and financial assistance to young African entrepreneurs. His philanthropy is firmly grounded in his Afro-capitalism philosophy, which was introduced by him and hinges the African private sector as the key to long-term economic prosperity and social wealth in the continent. Through this foundation, over 20,000 young African entrepreneurs have accessed a funding pool totaling $100 million, and more than 1.5 million young Africans have been reached through its digital medium. While still establishing and managing several businesses at the age of 61, Tony Elumelu has accrued a net worth of over $700 million and is certainly not a newcomer to a luxurious lifestyle. He owns several high-end cars, an exotic mansion at Ikoyi, Lagos, an art collection possibly worth millions of dollars, and one of the most expensive private jets in the country, the Dassault Falcon 7X, purchased for close to $60 million. And while other lovers of the Afrobeat music may buy tickets to see their favorite artist, Tony is known for paying his favorite artist to come see him and perform at his family parties. According to those around him, he is such a great lover of parties and music that Spotify had to make his own playlist. But the one thing he has repeatedly admitted to loving above everything else is his family. Tony is a father to 5 children, including triplet girls, all given to him by Vivian Awele, his wife and partner, whom he married in 1993. Today, the business mogul is bringing most of his investments home through Hayes Holdings, hoping to establish a family legacy that would transcend him. Talking about how he was able to achieve a lot at such a young age, having started with nothing, Tony exclusively blamed his success on 2 things: hard work and luck. According to him, he has personally experienced how these 2 things can change a man's life. What if the chairman of Crystal Bank had not paid attention to him? He would recount, proving that sometimes A little bit of luck here and there is all it takes for a person's hard work to pay off. And Tony Elumelu is a testament.
I'm not having that. I'm sorry, luck. I ain't having that.
What if you can create your own website by saying...
I'm not having that. No. There's a saying. Give me a second real quick. Let me find that saying. All right. I'm gonna put that quote there. But yeah, man, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I should really subscribe to their channel. You should subscribe to mine as well, because yeah, more content is coming in regards to this, because this was extremely inspirational. Do you understand? Like, extremely. Excuse me. So all right, though the story is deeper than what we could see, but it could be summarized that Tony is indeed a man with vision and clarity. Yep, that's true. Tony Elumelu has done well for himself and Africa. Nigeria's current Minister of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy, Bosun Tijani, is one of the beneficiaries of the Tony Elumelu Foundation 5K business grant, $5,000 business grant. Might have to learn more about that guy as well. In fact, let me see if I can put that there in my notes as well. What's his name? That's in my notes. My mentor, this man saved me. One day I can tell the story. I look forward to that story. All right, someone commented a good question, which was, what we want to know is, how does a branch manager buy a bank? How much did it cost? How did he raise the money? Without this information, you have not told us how he got rich. I mean, they have told us how he got rich. They never went into details of, like, the conversation that was had and the details of, you know, how much he brought the bank for. Like, because one thing you gotta understand about these type of documentaries is, you know, when they talk about certain things, they talk about how someone got rich. They not generalize, but yeah, they do generalize. They give you a timeline of the things that they done, but they don't. In some cases, they don't go into thorough detail unless there's an actual conversation with the person themselves. And that's completely different. But this is just like a snapshot of the things that he has done and is doing. Do you understand? Like, it's now up to you as an individual to be like, okay, yes, you're asking the right questions. So are you saying you want to buy a bank? Are you saying you're a branch manager that wants to buy a bank? If that's the case, then the best thing I would recommend you do is find a way to contact him and then ask him. Do you understand? Like, it might sound like far-fetched or something major, but it is what it is, man. Like, if you, again, like I said, luck in it. Maybe luck will work in your favor where you will be able to have contact with him. I don't know. However, what I will say is this. I'm going to leave my comment and I'm going to say this. I find it hard to believe it was luck, because all luck is when preparation meets opportunity. You know what I mean? If it would, come on. Do you know what? Doesn't matter if I misspelled that. It doesn't matter. Oh, that's why. All right, so I find it hard to believe it was luck because luck. There you go. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So it is clear he was very prepared despite not having the credentials for his job, but they gave him the opportunity that he worked hard and clearly smart, which gave him credentials. Gave him what was needed in order for luck to work in his favor continuously. Okay, that's Barbie wrong. But yeah, man, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are. I want to shout out. Now is the perfect time. Get me? But yeah, man, that's it for today. Get me? I shall be live again another day this week. Who knows? But yeah, man, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And look, see, this was just a prime example of like there has been infrastructure. Do you know what I mean? There has been business. Okay, yeah, it may be like within the banking sector or the finance sector, or do you know what I mean, or financial sector, should I say? But that's still, do you know what I mean? You still need money to be able to invest into music in the first place. So what we talking about? So that whole Akon situation. Listen, we're gonna continue on the Akon path, another stream in it, like another day. But anyway, other than that, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you share. But yeah.